Welcome to the Golden Feather. Grab a pint, a plate, and pick your seats. Your hosts, Vertek and Chibi Bree, are back from their latest adventures.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We have a different layout today. I was kind of testing around and poking to see if I could get chat on screen with us, so that way, while you guys are joining us, you can see us respond to you. Hi, Lexi, welcome. Today we have episode 25, Early Access with SOSPlease. How you doing, Sauce?
I'm doing good.
It's early release week, or early access week, I guess. Hello, Tiberian. Welcome in. So a lot has happened. They just had the live stream yesterday. Unfortunately, we weren't able to stream yesterday, but we were able to stream today. And they actually just, let me just go ahead and put this up there. They actually just announced that they added a patch right before we went live, addressing server rubber banding, in-game map bugging. So like for example, last night when I was playing, I couldn't use M to open up the map. There was a bug, so they just disabled it. End game crash bug where you got towards the end of the game and then it would just completely crash. Vertek had some situations happening with that last night. And several FPS performance updates, as well as an update to the compendium, which now shows this weekend's level 7 MMO mount skin reward. So for those of you who don't know, if you hit level 7 in the BR, you will be able to get this really pretty, let me see if I can go find a photo of it somewhere, but a really pretty like dragon. Is really cool looking, really like fiery, I think is a good word.
Yeah, the Ember Storm. It's basically the dragon out of the last promo video where it flew in and like
yeah,
got down on people, except it's more of a, it looks like more of a like a burnt and dried caked down lava dragon instead of like the sandy dragon.
He just kind of like hung out in the lava for a little while and just let it settle, you know.
Hey, don't knock the lava baths. They're exfoliating.
They are. They're very exfoliating. But yeah, and that and some background or backend optimization with the way things run. So I was able to play last night. I don't know if you guys can hear. Hey, shut that up and just release the game. We're right there with you, friend. Yeah, MMON. Hello?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was only able to play a little bit last night. I'm not really into BRs, but you know, the dragon was good motivation, I guess. I was like, sure, why not? Dragon, cool. Mount stuff, you know.
I'm just saying, it's highly motivating for me. I'm actually killing people. So usually I'm just like fodder. I go around, I collect mana for everybody else and potions. And
your game.
See, I kindly leave it at their feet when they demand them.
Yeah. See, like,
I have to ask strongly enough, and I just give them to them.
Like we're there's like 5 of us left, and I might be dying soon. I could use some mana and potions. Oh look, perfect cash cow right there.
Look for my name and take them. They're yours. That's how I normally am. I normally just fall over. I don't know what my battle style is in BR, but I'm pretty sure it's on the low rankings as far as like min-maxing and strategy. But lately I've actually been doing pretty good. I got a couple, by lately I mean like yesterday. I actually got a couple first places and a couple seconds, and I think almost every time I placed up in like the top like 5.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Actually gotten a lot better. I don't know what it is. I blame it fully on the dragon. It speaks to me. It calls to me.
It's imbuing you with the fire inside.
I mean, as for me, I hit a guy once. Yay. Destroyed a bunch of stuff. I was like, oh, look at that wonderful house. Attack. And then there was like a part where I was like frustrated because I leveled this entire like building, and there's like these like lines in the sky connected to these like kind of thorny pillars coming out, and there's up there is a legendary wand, and it won't come down.
It won't come down.
And I can't figure out how to get it. And I'm like, no, I want the wand. Hi, Gron. How are you? Grunk.
How are you doing?
Grunkowski. Welcome in. Different layout today. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm kind of excited. This allows us to kind of showcase videos going forward, clips a little bit better, things to put the focus not really on us talking, but what we're showing you guys, because again, we're working on going towards a more community based, you know, stream, and not so much a look at us talk about news stuff stream. So yeah, I feel your pain, Chibi. I found a chest halfway in the ground and I couldn't access it. Oh gosh.
Oh man,
that is just the worst.
Yeah, Meki, I got to appreciate the you can break almost anything factor of the game. Because I landed during one of the matches, I landed inside a building and I was trying to make my way down from like the 29th floor or whatever it is, all the way down to it feels like 29 floors. I think it was only like 5, but just the way you got to go down is very complicated. And the storm apparently started closing outside of that area. So I'm trying to rush down and I see a chest and I go to run over towards it and I get stuck between these 2 chairs and I can't jump, I can't crouch, I can't move, I can't wiggle. And then after about 30 seconds, I realized, oh, I can just destroy it, right?
See, I had a similar situation. I have a bad habit of trying to jump through the windows, but the windows are like, they look like, okay, my character could fit through that. No, they're just thin enough that you can't jump through. So I had grabbed out stuff and I was just like, get me out of here, because the red is like seeping in behind me and I'm like, no, and I get caught on like another like building and just die immediately after, but I still like escaped for all of 2 seconds. There was hope.
Yes, there was hope. There was hope. But yeah, Grunk, well, we've been busy doing all kinds of crazy stuff, which is kind of one of the reasons we weren't here yesterday, as we normally are on Fridays instead of Saturdays. But yeah, life's been busy. It's been good, but busy. It's been goodly busy. Busy, goodly.
Goodly.
Yes, goodly. But yeah, I mean, there's also something else I noticed. Speaking of people who've been busy, Jalen, I always pronounce it wrong every single time. Over at the Paradox and whatnot, did you see that his survey results? He put out a big old survey to everybody in his community, trying to see how satisfied people were with various aspects of the game. And gotta say, there were actually some pretty rounded results. So once again, the rage culture is not the real culture out there. But here's BCG. I didn't see his. But here's at least the post that he made with the results video kind of embedded in there.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I will go ahead and pull it up for you guys to see while you're talking.
For those that haven't, it is like a 12-minute long video or something like that. It's not a short one. It's not very short. He does actually go into breaking down.
He breaks it down.
Yeah. The main summary point, like to really bring it all into one set of numbers, is the overall satisfaction. I'm not going to give you the time code so you don't skip the rest of his video. Please go watch the whole thing. He put a lot of effort into it. But I will say at least the overall satisfaction. So there was 8.6% very satisfied, 9% very dissatisfied, 31.7 somewhat satisfied, 22.2 somewhat dissatisfied, and 28.5 that are just kind of like, yeah, it's whatever. So it is pretty balanced in the overall. Granted, this is only with 432 respondents total, so there's not a lot there.
Increase the volume on what exactly, Hazel?
Is it people or?
I'm not sure. I'm asking.
But yeah, with 432, I mean, it's going to give us a decent number there to work with, but not quite fully representatives.
Yeah,
I know
same.
polls should be fully representative, but
Yeah. It should be ideally.
Yeah.
But
They're also only as good as the people that are actually using them, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. And Mackie, yeah, that's a good point. I'd like to see it after the BR release, but I'd also, because I'm sticking by some of my original predictions, like about a month after the BR release, as long as everything, or re-release, I should say, back to how it is now, is when I was predicting we're going to see like a castle siege, and I was saying like probably 2, maybe 3 months after that we'd see the horde mode.
Yeah.
And just because most of the effort that they had to do for like bug fixes and whatnot's kind of already been done with the whole rebuilding of the back end and the stress test they did and all this and that. Nexus Commune, hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
I figure they probably only need about a month to get everything in line, like all the bugs that they're working out pretty much instantaneously, really, as far as like turnaround time is going with these things right now. Like, hey, we're getting crashes to the desktop. Okay, we'll work on it. And like 6 hours later, hey, it's done.
Yeah.
And
Little things pop up, but they'll get them cleaned out.
I mean,
They're moving rather quickly on bug fixing.
yeah, this week I've been working on a lot of my coding stuff, and if you guys end up following me on Twitter, or even join in my Discord, I end up posting a lot of the code that I've been writing, just because I thought it'd be fun to share with you guys kind of what I'm working on and why I'm being so quiet lately. But during all of that, I kept seeing pop-ups in the corner like, oh, Ash's like news like update basically on like, oh, fix this, did a patch on this, did another patch, did this, and I was just like, wow, that's a lot of patches in like a short amount of time. So even if this is early access and not the official BR release, at least I'm able to see like exactly how much wealth of information they're getting from this. And even during the live stream, they talked about how a lot of the stuff from a month ago now, the August 28th test, gave them a lot of information on just things that they need to fix. And they're constantly working on making sure like the combat looks realistic and works well. At first I was kind of annoyed because I was like moving side to side and it was blurry, but I didn't realize that was a motion blur thing. I thought that I was lagging somewhat, and then once Vertex showed me how to turn that off, it was like immensely better for me. But that's another quality of life thing that I can choose from. If you like having the motion blur of looking from one side to the other,
I do,
then it's a nice thing to have there. But for me, it just feels like, oh my gosh, is my computer lagging? I can't see anything. Like, it's a little frustrating.
It changes the gameplay a little too. Like,
yeah,
it changes your aiming and your movement a lot with that one setting. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Once you turn that off, PvP is way better.
And some people prefer it. So I actually prefer it with the motion blur.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
I have to turn it off because other people can't keep up with what's
They're just like, dude, what's happening? I see blurriness everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like for me, that's kind of the same situation. Like I think it's great to have the ability to turn it on or turn it off. Like I love that because that allows for customized gameplay, as well as it's not like changing anybody else's gameplay. It's all personal, and I like that. The one thing I am still irked by is the particles. I want to lower them a bit.
Yeah, Mackie.
Some abilities, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think I ended up both lucking out and being very unlucky all in one, because I haven't really had any video issues. Like, it doesn't look as pretty as I know some do with my video card. Like, even Chibi's looks a little bit better than mine, just because of the graphics card, I think.
Yeah.
But like, I have all the graphics cards set to ultra, and I don't have any issues, no hangups, no like my computer isn't melting. I think I've had a spectacularly mediocre card from day one all the way up until now, because it doesn't perform incredibly, but it doesn't like fail either.
Right.
So I've been lucky enough. I've been able to leave it on ultra, and it looks good. It doesn't look as crisp as like hers does with the newer 1080 stuff. Lucky person. But I think it's just been spectacularly mediocre since day one because it's never been like an amazing card, but it's so far hasn't let me down.
Yeah. And also, if you ever hear Vertec talk about my computer and then sigh, it's because I asked him for help with building my computer, and he basically built me his dream computer. So,
What a guy.
I know, so sweet, but still very much sigh, like, oh, man.
Man, I want that.
I want that.
Okay, Maki. Yeah, I can see what you're saying there with some of them getting in the way. Like even the noodly tentacle thing with the miasma. I mean, I wonder though how much of that, like with specific things like that, is actually by design. Like here's a bunch of damaged stuff, and also it's gonna obstruct your view without completely getting rid of it, like the darkness does.
Right.
Like maybe some of that's by design. There's not much else that I can think of right away that where they get in the way necessarily.
Yeah.
I guess. I guess maybe they could probably make the like the life stealer and the what was the other one, spirit piercer.
Yeah.
They tend to be fairly, and oh yeah, and the bone smasher. They tend to be very in your face type particles.
Oh yeah.
You could probably dial down the
Can't
opacity
forget
on
the
those.
Bone smasher.
Giant noodles of electricity around you right in front of your face when you're trying to attack somebody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which you know what? The more I think about it, Mackie, I think you have a point there. I think you have a point there. I didn't really think about it while I was playing so much, like after the fact. Like immediately when it was over, it didn't bother me anymore.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Fair point.
Don't get shot by 2 miasma or 2 darkness at once.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Oh,
Suddenly you
overlapping
just
effects
pick them
are.
Right.
Oh, why? What happens?
Oh, it's just it does block your vision a lot.
Oh,
Okay.
geez. So, like, if
Yeah.
you had 2 people with, like, miasma or 2 people with, like, darkness,
If
or,
they
like,
shot in the same area, yeah. I mean,
oh, like, you can shoot it twice.
well, I mean, one person can shoot it and another person can shoot it, or you could have another bow and shoot it.
Oh,
twice.
jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, shoot one, shoot with the other.
Yeah.
That sounds intense.
It can definitely block some vision. Multiple effects are landing in an area.
Speaking of things that get combined, so I keep wondering about that tip somebody brought up during like the last or the stream before last about doing the polymorph underneath a waterfall. Have you tried that? I'm curious what it actually does. Like one of the little tips that pops up on the right side of the screen when you're loading in, one of them says don't polymorph under a waterfall. And I'm really curious. Like I never have like a polymorph chest and I'm near a waterfall at the same in the same game. Either I get like a zillion polymorph things and then I never end up near a waterfall, or I don't get any polymorph things and I run by all the waterfalls.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen that tip, or maybe I'm just not reading it because I'm like, well, those are silly
It
tips.
it did damage to you?
Jeez,
Really? What?
that's
Alright.
hilarious. The water is damaging.
So I'm guessing it probably took you out of your polymorph then? Like you morphed in and then you took damage and it brought you out? It's actually kind of funny.
Wow. Why would
Thwarted by the waterfall. I'm just gonna hide back
Weird.
here.
Jeez, yes. Oh no.
Nobody would believe you're taking your market cart for a bath anyway, so. Oh, really? Out in the box? Oh, wow. All right. Noted.
Oh
So it
jeez.
is an actual tip. I was thinking there was going to be something like, almost Easter eggish with that.
Oh,
But
like an accidental thing that just like, by the way, just don't do this, or
like something they had fun with where they just tossed in, like, if you polymorph under a waterfall, it's going to turn you into like a dancing frog or something silly.
Oh, okay.
Like just really, like, I thought it was going to be almost Easter eggish rather than like an actual tip of you won't be able to stay
Do this.
polymorphed if you do it. Yeah.
You can't do this.
Okay.
I didn't expect it to be an actual tip. I thought it was going to be a silly thing, but no. All right. So now I know. Speaking of like now I knows, like after seeing the all the posts for the Sandalia or Sandaria, I finally went and saw it. Makes me sad because it was almost painfully obvious that something is down there if you just saw that stupid trap door.
I was like, hey guys, I'm over here. Come find me. By the way, I recommend destroying those wooden bridges. I've been making a vid about what bridges are destructible. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was. I was thinking that'd be a neat way if you're trying to outrun the storm and it's like suddenly shrinks like on the other side of a really long bridge. You could kind of hurt some people by blowing up the bridge behind you, maybe.
That's hilarious.
Certain ones.
But like at least get them stuck there. Like, how do I get out of this now?
Right.
That nifty dash though, the power dash with the melee weapons is super incredibly handy when you're trying to get away or get somewhere. It's
The
really
acrobatic,
frustrating.
leaping,
Yeah.
the anime
Really
jumps.
frustrating when you're trying to catch up to somebody though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can imagine that one.
They have the same thing. But that's all right. That's all right. I found out if I tag them really quick with a bone smasher and then I use it only for catching up to them and then I just blast them with a potion launcher, they take damage trying to run away and I don't need my stamina to shoot a gun.
Yep.
So, which by the way, I think that potion launcher's it's fun.
It's fun.
Sometimes it's hard to actually hit somebody, but when you do, it hurts them so bad.
It's really fun
Amazing.
to shoot.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I was using the potion launcher to destroy the building when I was trying to get the wand. I was just like, I want the wand up there. By the way, here's a picture of the Emberstone dragon. Ember
Yeah.
Storm. Sorry, not stone. Storm. Ember Storm. It looks
That's
really pretty.
Sick.
That is my motivation to win everything right now. Well, I mean,
Should be everyone's motivation to at least get in and play.
yeah, get
Right.
level 7.
Yeah.
You got to get it. At least that, because
That is an
Man.
MMO mount if I've ever seen one.
Right?
apparently it's going to be applicable to gliding or flying
I
mounts.
did.
So you can apply it to just a gliding one and just run around every day with it. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, right?
It will be my happy land lizard.
Can I just do a super jump and glide and just be like, I'm on a ferocious looking dragon?
Yeah, yeah,
If only it was available in the BR.
yeah. Right,
Right.
right.
But
Maki, sorry to cut you off there, Beery. Just wanted
No.
to respond to Maki real quick. But yeah, I hit level 6 so far. It's really slow crawling. Like I said, I'm usually pretty bad, and I get no kills, so I get like 300 experience by the end of the match. But
yeah.
I've been getting lucky with a couple first, second, and third places, and whatever. Like I'll stay alive and I can survive. But when it comes to executing the kill on somebody else, no, I'll get 5 assists and 0 kills, and it frustrates me.
I get to maybe top 15.
Yeah. So yeah, so because of that, I'm still 6. Haven't quite topped that 7 meter, but I will.
It won't take too much from there.
But to everyone, yeah.
I got the level. I got to, I think I'm 15 now.
Those aren't that much EXP, so don't feel bad. Okay, cool. Because I was like, I've hit somebody, but I've never killed them. Like, wand you to death because you're over there and I can't aim potion launchers yet, except for at buildings. But even then, it's horrible.
Yeah, you can hit the broadside of a barn.
Yeah.
But the entire broadside of the barn with a potion launcher, just with one.
Yeah.
But yes. But yeah, slowly getting up there, pushing it little by little.
Real quick, this weekend right now is TwitchCon. And I have been told that our own Margaret Cron is doing cosplay over there. This looks mighty sweet, might I just add.
my.
I think this is like really awesome. It's really pretty.
Yeah, it's excellent looking job. Yeah, this guy tossed up at least the one photo. She's apparently, and isn't that one in our area? Shouldn't we?
San Diego.
Oh, okay, it's San Diego.
Yeah.
Okay.
At one point, one of the
Intrepid
years,
area.
it was here in San
Intrepid
Jose.
area.
Yeah, it's Intrepid area now.
Yeah, for some reason I was thinking it was San Jose.
It was 1 year.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is
yeah, we'll
not hard to get to 7, by the way.
It's well, it depends on how much you play.
Well,
It took me
it's time.
21 or 20 or 21 matches to get there.
Hey,
So
thanks for the lurk. Sorry.
if you're really quick with getting in there and you stay on it, you can probably get there fairly quickly. But-
Yeah, Makinoji. It took me like 6 hours, but I don't get many kills or survive long. That is me. That is me.
I will say do the quests.
Ooh.
They'll help.
Hey there, Recon. Sorry there, by the way. But yeah, go ahead. Sauce. Didn't mean to.
Oh, I was just saying, do the quests. They'll definitely help out because each one's like 6,500 XP.
Yeah.
The dailies
Yeah, I'm
are
having-
nice.
Yeah, I'm having difficulty with a couple of them. One of them, like the destroy 30 items or destroy 30 somethings.
Yeah.
And I've gotten 4, but I've gone through and destroyed, flattened total villages by hand with the freaking Paladin's Might. Which, of course, doesn't do much damage. So I sat there for 20 minutes destroying an entire village,
it's
and I got.
only one.
Oh, it only applies to walls.
Yeah, I think that quest you're talking about only applies to walls. What I did
Like-
was I just broke a whole bunch of buildings with the potion launcher.
Well,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I'm doing. Like, I destroyed an entire village full of buildings, like all of the walls in the building. Or is it literally just like the fencing castle wall type stuff, like surrounding villages?
No, it should just be the walls in there. I have heard some people complain about some things are not triggering it though.
Yeah. Sit in a home and blow
Yeah.
them up. Right?
Yeah, that's what I tried. It's not counting for me. I need to take a video of that then to, I guess, show whoever that I'm. Because I went into a building or a village that had like 10 buildings in it, and I just sat there and destroyed everything with a Paladin's Might for almost the entire match length. Just destroying everything.
I
And it
just took
just
a potion launcher into that middle town in that big building.
Oh yeah.
I just blew it up. About like 20 potion launcher blasts, but it gets the job
Nice, nice. I wonder, did they downgrade the power of the meteor? Because that doesn't seem to destroy buildings as easily anymore.
done. The splash is definitely different. And I don't know, hitting the buildings doesn't seem to do as much anymore, but the ability on it will definitely help.
That is better for wooden buildings for that quest.
Yeah, I was outside the building most of the time. Like I would start outside the building, but then I would do a little dash to jump up into the building onto the floor and start destroying it from inside.
Sorry.
I think for the most part that's what I did, because I would be able to get on the inside, just press forward and start attacking, and it would just cruise right along the wall and flatten it all in. But yeah, I didn't really take specific note if I was inside or outside.
Also, apologies on my end. Still a little sick. I got sick Monday night with a cold, and I'm still coming off of it. Another in other cases, I found this really cute otter melt that I want. Can I have it? Can I write it?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think.
Can I write it?
What was it? It was at there's actually like the really cute animations where at like a minute something in.
Yeah.
I'll have to take a look at it again. It was like a minute 7 or something like that in.
I'll go
But
try
yeah,
to grab
that's
it.
when they had the actual little like the playful emotes where it was sitting there like crossing its arms and sitting down on it and rolling over and doing weird lottery stuff.
That's a mount built for Cambiguous.
Right. Well, and the brie. If only it had bunny ears.
It
Oh,
doesn't
could you
need-
imagine an otter with bunny ears?
It doesn't need bunny ears. I can wait
Kind
without
of
bunny
imagine it,
ears.
I mean, it is kind of adorable. And
You know
it's-
what? I'll get one of those bunny ear like headbands and just put it on top of the. There we go.
There you go. There you go.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's a cute little guy. It's a cute little guy. I know that came out on like the 19th or something, but we didn't exactly cover that.
Right.
It was an off week. There's
a lot that we were covering, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot that's happened, but there's also not a lot that's happened. But again, we would like to try to get more time on our own schedules to be able to join people's streams and watch their YouTube videos. So definitely going to be restructuring the Discord a little bit for like community stuff. So whenever people do something, if you have the link for it, feel free to post it into the community area. And the more eyes, well, you guys, there's many of you. There's only like 2 of us. So you guys may see things that we don't come across. And the more we know, the more we can share. So we'll also give a shout out to whoever does share it with us and say thank you for sharing that. So it's really important for us to be able to be a part of the community, because while there's a lot of people covering news, gossip, etc., we want to cover you guys, basically. We want to know what you guys think and how you guys are feeling about the game, and things that are inspiring your guys' creations and content and things like that. So it's just, we're here for you, and you guys are here for us, and we are appreciative of that.
And spinning off of that, Mr. SOS, you've been doing some streaming here lately, and as someone who seems a bit more analytical as far as the BR aspect and being able to smash people a whole lot better than either of us, what are some of your big takeaways as far as the newer experience?
Experience. I mean,
both the game itself and then streaming it, and like any kind of interaction you're having with people, like what kind of questions they ask and what kind of feeling it seems like you're getting from people while streaming.
Well, a lot more people are, I'd want to say, kind of understanding. Like they're becoming more and more understanding that it's a BR testing ground for the combat. So, it's still a challenge because it's a lot to say. It's a wordy thing to say that it is the testing ground for the MMO combat.
Yeah. Almost like you got to put a giant like watermark on the screen that's like flashing in neon all the time.
I need to do what Shroud was streaming it the other night. I need to do what he did, which was basically just put a command like AOC and it spits out the blurb in chat.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice. It worked out pretty well for him. I mean, there's not too many questions other than like what weapons are good, what types of abilities are useful, what stamina usage is there on things, like little tidbits people are trying to get, which is good.
Yeah.
And how's it been feeling for you? Like as far as like, have there been any improvements that you've noticed? Any changes that they made that you're like, don't like that? Or
since January, a whole ton. Since August 20th, I mean the combat changes themselves are just massive. Like it's quite an overhaul they did in that short amount of time for the combat usage and the time to kill, the balancing, the restructuring of some things. Like,
oh my god, the time to kill, yes. I think that's probably one of the big reasons I'm doing better, because I actually have time to, assess a threat and then go after it instead of just like, oh look, I'm dead.
Yeah, I know. Not gonna do.
It gives by raising that time to kill, it definitely helps with not just being just a spam fest. It gives more power to people who are going to be analytical and strategic with killing. Like, you can't just go in and just left click someone to death.
Right.
You can. It will take a lot longer, and they have an easy way of just going away, running away.
Yes, yeah, and that's one thing that I think has led to a lot more of my success versus failure is having the ability to have someone come at me. Seems like they're coming full force, but I have just enough time to escape real quick, get out of the line of fire, quite literally. Like duck around a corner, I can drink a pot, I can heal a little bit of armor, go back to, dash in, attack them, kind of hit and run type of thing, make them feel like I'm coming after them, and then keep running myself. Like as soon as they go kind of on the defensive to react, then I run away even further and hide again somewhere else, finish healing up, and then dive back in. Hopefully they haven't had the time between chasing me and then running from me to heal themselves up, and then I'm able to take a win out of that. So it's nice to be able to have some strategy time instead of just instant react or die.
It definitely helps on the more strategic side of the fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna compound even more with squads. Which I'm so happy that they turned back on finally.
Yes.
A lot of the guilds have been like, we got to get this turned on, and it's been a while since people were actually in squads on the public side of playing the game.
Right.
Like since
like as far as being able to actually stream it, you know,
because it wasn't live at all for August 20th.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah. You need to get the friends list thing fixed too.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been having issues with my friends list.
Vertec
I
and I
need to make
spent a
friends
few
with my
hours
friends.
last night trying to add each other, and we couldn't even add each other. But we added a third person,
Just fine.
but they couldn't add us.
Yeah, they couldn't invite us, but we could invite them. Like they got both of our requests.
Yeah, I'm aware. I already put in the bug issue last night, so I know they're working on it.
Yeah, that was the other thing that was actually kind of surprising. Like, it was such a glaring and obvious flaw for us. We were really confused why nobody else was reporting the issue at all. So we just sat there forever just trying to make sure we figured it out. Like, what is wrong with us? Why is nobody else complaining about this? But then it just will not work for us. And finally we put the bug report in and everyone's like, oh yeah, I had the issue too and I couldn't find anybody talking about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I put it up then.
Yeah. Like, apparently a lot of people had it and just nobody was actually like publicly posting it up yet.
Oh, okay. They're just like, I don't know, maybe it's just me.
Yeah,
But like when I first started to do it, like I was like, hey, does anybody else have an issue with the friend adding? Because like I just can't do it. And the one response I did get back was, oh, if you're on Steam and somebody else is on the downloaded from the website version, you guys can't add each other yet. And we were both on Steam, and then we are both on the downloaded version, and we still couldn't add each other. So like we put time and effort into last night trying to like add each other. I think it spent like a good hour, maybe two, just trying to do that.
Yeah, it was a while. It was, hey, let's get on and play. Oh,
Yeah.
we can't make friends, and then suddenly that became the mission right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must make friends. But yeah, no, I was able to add. Chibi, I'm Chibi Bree. Vertec is lowercase v. Vertec. I'm capital C lowercase b, because part of the testing was I'm gonna change my name slightly and see if that works. So now I'm stuck with capital C lowercase b for a little while
I think you can
until
only change
next month.
once a month. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. So next month I'll bring it back to capital B, but it's just
Exactly 4 weeks, 28 days. But
Yep.
yeah, we tested everything. We were like, okay, well, let's just log off and log back in. One of us. Okay, let's both of us log out and log back in. Okay. How about change our activity status? Are we available? Are we offline? Are we invisible?
Everything
Yeah.
I tried wasn't working.
Change the names. We were like, you invite. Okay, now you invite. Okay, now we did a full uninstall and reinstall, like deleted all the files and everything and did a reinstall.
Now
Nope.
put yourself as invisible. Now put yourself as away. Now go back online.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. But hey, such is the life of bug testing. I
Oh
love
yeah.
it.
No, I'm not complaining in the least. Not in the least. I mean, I've done testing for video games before, so I love a good bug because it's like, okay, can I figure this out on my own? Can I come up with a solution and then also raise that and then say this is the issue, this is the solution I came up with, maybe this is something you need to look into, you know, things like that. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. A lot of documentation though too.
Yeah.
I tried it going backwards. I tried it going sideways. I tried it jumping.
Did you turn it off and turn it back on again? Because that usually fixes everything.
Right.
Dang, I didn't try that. Oh,
Oh, you know what? We actually didn't try turning off the computer completely. Or the internet.
I don't think that would have helped.
Fair enough. We'll turn off the internet. Let's do it.
Have you tried turning it on and off again? And then back on again?
Hmm.
No.
Yeah, that's fair, Maki. That's what I think I'm going to do for that one quest with the walls. I'm going to try a few more things because there have been at least 2 matches where that's all I tried to do was that quest. Like, I'm going to break everything that I can see. Every house, every building, every pot, every post, everything that I can break, I'm going to destroy it. Oh, look, I got credit for 1. Damn.
Out of this whole house, only one wall works.
20 minutes worth of destroying things, and I got 1.
Maybe it's
Yep.
one village at a
Put up some
time. Maybe the
teamers.
quest is like destroying villages. Not walls. You have to destroy the village.
Teaming in solos. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Do it.
Yeah, don't do it. It's bannable.
It's
And,
bannable.
I can only say that's something I didn't bump into. The only time I really got teamed up on was in the last like 5 in the circles like this small, which obviously if there's 2 people fighting, one person's going to go after somebody in that fight.
Yeah.
Like a third person's going to go after one of the 2, so you can't really call it teaming.
Well, also, if you're having a good fight with one of the other people and somebody else comes up, you're like, obviously, I don't want to get killed by this dude while that guy's trying to kill me, so I'm going to turn and try to kill this guy real quick so he stops attacking me so I can go back attacking this dude.
Oh, it was hilarious though. Remember I said I donate mana and health potions?
Yeah.
Well, so there was this one fight. It was actually, there were a lot of people left. It was getting down to one of the really tiny circles, but there was still like 12 people left somehow. I don't know. But I was having it out with one person. Somebody else came and killed that person while I was fighting them. And then I started fighting with the person that jumped in. And we were shooting back and forth, and I hid behind a tree. As soon as I did, somebody came up, killed me, grabbed my potions, grabbed my mana, and started the fight right back up with the person I was fighting. It's like we just kept stepping into each other's places. It was like this person, and that person, and this person.
That's funny. They're like, oh, that guy probably doesn't know I'm here yet. Maybe I can take out the guy that he's fighting, see if he has any goodies, and then take that guy out.
Yeah, yeah. I just thought it was funny because it literally just jumped right in my grave, quite literally. Just jumped right where I was, took up the same stance, and pulled out a bow and started shooting around the same tree that I was shooting around.
You liked your idea.
That's a great spot. Let me do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yoink.
Yoink.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot going on. I'm pretty excited. I'm glad that I'm glad that we were able to get some testing, and I'm really happy because I was just saying any day now it needs to be up 24/7, and here it is, and I'm happy about that.
Yep.
I know that the lovely engineers over at Intrepid are working late into the evening just to make sure that they can keep on top of things. So,
Oh my god.
very appreciative.
So, Mackie, so you were talking about you got to top 4 and you had a guy just bringing him mana and hit point pots and just dropping them on the ground, I'm guessing. I just had an almost hilarious thought. Have you played that game Golden Axe? Like it was an old school side scroller. You could be like a barbarian or a wizard or something, and you'd kill a bunch of beasts, and then there'd be like a little goblin that walks by with a treasure chest or a treasure sack, and you beat him, and he just starts throwing stuff on the ground to try to run away. But if you kill him, you get everything. Like I wanna name myself whatever that guy was called, and run around and just start. Like as soon as I see somebody coming at me with a sword, I'm just gonna start throwing health pots on the ground, one by one, and just start dropping mana really quick. Just to see what happens. Like, do they stop and pick it up and just start watching me at that point? That's when I have a bar full of nothing but
That's hilarious.
Start throwing them out and running away.
Kind of like imagining you like setting a trap, like just kind of like, oh, health pot, oh, health pot, oh, health pot looks up,
Ooh,
dead.
He's candy. Ooh, he's candy.
Yeah,
Ooh,
pretty
he's
much.
candy. Well, yeah, it's gonna be my escape strategy someday. I'm gonna have like a single weapon. It's gonna be like brightly colored. Like I think I have the Eldritch longsword or something. I'll probably get like the longsword of haste, so it's super bright and stands out like a giant wand of look at me, I'm right here. And then I'll just have the rest of my inventory will be health pots and mana, and I'll just start throwing it out as people try to attack me. It's like here, take it. Here, take it.
Okay, I need a fan art of that now. If anybody is an artist, can we have like somebody draw a fan art of like Vertec laying down pots of like health potions? That would be hilarious.
Run away, just throwing away little health pots out of my bag.
Yeah.
Take it.
Another one where you're like running and you have like a bag in your hand and you're just like choo, and it's like a little light of you like just tossing it choo choo. That'd be cute.
I like it.
Also, I would be happy if anybody made any sort of fan art at all, and it would be right there where the ocean is, so everybody could see it. So What zone in APOC is your guys' favorite aesthetically? Beach. Straight up the beach.
As far as like strategically, I really like down in the bottom left of the map. I mean, you can't see the big map right now, but whatever. I know what I'm talking about. Down in the southwest.
You can look at the map now. Fix that.
Oh yeah. I haven't been on today yet,
Fixed
so
Yeah.
rock on. Yeah. Well, I've gotten to know the entire map more intimately now that I haven't had access to it. Oddly enough.
Right.
But yeah, down in the southwest, there's the Harbinger, and then there's the super fancy Elf Town. But like kind of in between them and just a bit to the north is another town. That seems to be like a really good spot that I like to go to. Because people will aim for the Harbinger, or they'll aim for the Elf Town, or they'll aim for the other big town that's like over to the top right of it. But they don't go for that one. It seems to be a good spot to land on your own, grab a bunch of stuff, and then proceed wherever you need to go.
Yeah.
But aesthetically, I think I actually really like it's whatever. Everyone says it's a thing, I guess, because it's a thing. But the Underrealm, or the under the mountain place.
I mean, that was my favorite initially when I first started
My
playing
favorite
APOC.
Aesthetically.
Really?
The Underrealm.
It looks cool. But I'm obsessed with the ocean right now. I was obsessed with the volcano area for a little while though too, except I kept dying there.
Strategically though, I landed Middletown.
Middletown.
Certain little areas. I've just gotten really used to loop patterns there. So
Yeah, see, I don't know. See, I tend to avoid any place where a lot of other people go, just because if I land without anything in my bag, I am almost always gonna die. If it's me with an axe versus somebody else with an axe, I know that's the ultimate like skill face off. But it's no. I need some kind of toolkit to do something, or else I'm just terrible. I will fully admit it. I need a toolkit with me, or else I'm just bad. But aesthetically, aside from that, I do know I like to play around in, I forget what even the name of the place is. It's like something bark, or like deteriorating something or other, way up in the northwest as well. There's like giant trees that are like toppled over to the side, and it looks like a tribal-y type area. Very much like building platforms into the trees. But that one I also like. Yeah, Rotwild. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, Rotwild Forest.
Yeah.
That's one that I like playing around in. And I think it's also maybe more an aesthetic thing too, rather than strategic. Because it's just, I like how it's like multi-platformed, it's open air. It feels like just a woodland tribal home. Like they just said, hey, I like these trees here. We're going to make a home in the trees.
I don't know. For me, I like hiding, and I like being able to get places that people wouldn't expect me to be in. So I haven't found anything like that quite yet strategically. But I mean, the polymorphic breastplate works pretty well.
Yeah.
The huge tree that you can run through. It's so nice. Nice.
Yeah, I got to say though, that place especially is even more enjoyable with the acrobatic jump thing. Because you can just, I want to be up there. Oh look, I'm up there. And I want to go over there. Oh look, I'm over there. Cool.
Right.
I have a feeling that's going to be like a ranger thing, like a ranger skill. Maybe mage will have something equivalent, using mana instead of stamina.
Yeah, I don't really like the Tower of Aramis for some reason. I mean, you're cool and all, but too many people go there.
Yeah, that's a heavy envious guild drop. You'll if you pay attention to some of the community, certain guilds have certain drop areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They develop habits. Me, I tend to kind of go like strategically. I usually go like wherever the thing drops me out. It seems like it starts shooting everybody in the same direction. So I usually like take a hard left or a hard right from there, or even go backwards. I almost never go directly the same path of travel.
Yeah.
No matter how far out or close from the drop zone, I almost never go in the direct forward path. Like that's the ultimate in my strategic aiming for where I go, is if it's directly in line of the drop path, I don't go there.
Aside from that, I'm hoping this week I can get some video in of me playing. If you guys ever take any videos, I'm going to be opening up a OneDrive where you can send me, and then I'll just upload it to there, and then we can play it here on stream and talk about it. And maybe I can go through at some point and make a clip of all of my favorite like moments from all the videos and like tag whose videos whose. But
Yeah, because this is forever going to be something that's more of a community focused thing. Like that's why we always try to have a guest on. We don't always get somebody for one reason or another. Either everyone's busy, or just we don't think that there's enough stuff to really talk about to really bring a guest on. We just want to kind of shoot the breeze with our viewers or whatever. But
yeah,
we always want to highlight what you guys are enjoying, what you guys are seeing, what you guys are doing. So if you have just a short snippet you want to share, send it over. Like 99 times out of 100 we're going to play it, unless it's something a bit to insert something.
yeah.
Maybe it's a little bit, if it's an edge case, we may not play it, but outside of that, then
Even if there's
probably
like something funny that you come across while you're playing, like I don't know, like if you're trying to attack somebody and then you end up killing yourself on accident, like I do 90% of the time, like stuff like that. Like we love that stuff, and it's amusing, like laughs, because you know I'm just as bad. So like, plus if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at?
I can laugh at everybody.
I can laugh at everything.
Mainly because I laugh at myself, so, you know.
Hey,
Oh, hey
Tyrat,
there.
thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the
Thank you for popping
tavern.
in. Thank you for saying hi, and thank you for the oh yeah, it's a soda cup. Take a little Coke cup. I got you.
Which anime is that? An
Pacific
anime
soda?
character specifically, or Kuroken? The Kuroken channel. But it looks like one of the. It almost looks like Madoka. Sorry, I'm about ready to be doing a Madoka cosplay shoot, so I'm like
Yeah,
Madoka.
yeah, Kyoko.
Kyoko, yeah, for Madoka Magica. Sorry, not Madoka
She's obsessed
herself.
with her food, so
Yeah,
you know
right.
Yep.
that's why I like her.
He changes the emotes based on what game he's like. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, neat.
Pretty cool.
That's unique.
You gotta
I
have a
like it.
lot of artistic ability to do that constantly.
Or money.
Or money, but
Yeah, make me some
I'd,
stuff.
I'd assume you're doing those yourself if you're changing them that often. Yeah.
He's just he just has he has an artist, yeah. See.
Well, might be a
That
bulk
helps,
deal. Like, I'm gonna have you forever doing business and forever making icons. Just keep making them for
Right.
games that are coming out. Just keep making them,
Right.
all of them.
But that reminds me, eventually I will be updating ours. I'm okay with what we have for now, but I would like to get something better for
Yeah,
us.
as we grow, as we change, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Gonna make new stuff.
exactly.
Things.
But we do have Ash's Love, kind of like an Ash's Hype. It doesn't say hype on it, but it's still like on fire, you know, hype. So, and like a little feather.
Feather. But,
Or the golden feather. Ha ha ha.
default character.
Aw, that's cute.
I like it. I like it. But yeah, I guess as we wind down here, so Mr. SOSPlease,
Yeah, let me go ahead and do
Sauce
another
boss.
shout out
Sauce
for that.
boss.
Sauce
do you
boss.
have any particular closing thoughts or anything maybe we didn't cover, or you just wanted to go into, maybe expose some people to your stream stuff again? Like, what do you typically do over there?
Well, I do pretty much every weeknight. I do 7 p.m. Central. When I start, sometimes I'll go longer, sometimes I'll go shorter. Just depends on the night.
Right,
Depends on work in the morning. Depends on what I'm doing.
right.
Yep, that's the line I give everyone too. Sometimes it'll be longer, sometimes shorter. Depends on the night.
Talking about before, I'm trying to get this house prepared to sell, so it's a lot of work around the house when I get home from work. So
Oh, I hear you there.
sometimes that cuts into the streams, but
Definitely. And I mean, I also like trying to get back into the streaming thing. But I'm not streaming any video games for a while. I'm probably gonna just stream me coding.
Yeah,
Which-
Tuesday nights I end up that's probably why I had Final Fantasy 14 because I was doing that Thursday night.
Ah, okay.
But Tuesday nights I typically do my rating for Final Fantasy 14 because that's reset. So
Right. Get it done and out of the
typically
way.
knock that night out. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully now that we've gotten everything done on content, I can pretty much just knock it out. It's not really progression, it's just clearing.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But outside of that, I think I'm gonna stick with Ashes as much as I can. So lots of time on
Same
AVOD.
here.
I will probably be joining more so with squads, or once Castle Siege or something else comes out. Because I'm personally not into BRs, so I really don't want to stream something that I'm like not really that into. I love Ashes. I'm into Ashes, but not as a BR personally. So I'm just kind of like in the background doing the bare minimum to get like the cool things and then being like, okay. And then like if I'm free and don't have work to still do, then I'll just hop on for a quick game or so.
Yeah, that's fine. There's some people that aren't gonna be into the BR. It's just how it is. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
not
that's
what we signed up
that's
for.
why there's different kind of games. And yeah,
Yeah.
exactly like you just said. No, not exactly what we all signed up for initially.
And just saying, if there's any squads out there that are looking for a dedicated bait target, just go ahead and send me your benefits package and the pay incentives, and I'll see if I want to apply to be your little bait. I'll run out there and I'll just be me, and everybody will hate me and they'll come after me, and I will throw mana on the ground and distract them. It'll be great.
I need to get that as a fan art though. Just you like tossing out mana and like health potions. Man, I might see if I can find a commission for that at some point. But yeah, aside from that, early access is live. You can find it on Steam. Ash's Creation, APOC.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
Also on their website, if you look up Apocalypse for through their Twitter, I'm sure, as well as their like community Discord that they have. Multiple ways to enjoy it. Again, right now they're doing a thing where by the end of the weekend, roughly 6 hours if you suck at gaming. Oh no!
Oh no.
Who was that?
That was
Oh
me.
no.
That was
Tried to
you.
push the link.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah, I
send it to one
think
of y'all.
this has the default settings of my bot, which means only subscribers are allowed to use links.
That's
Sorry.
But there
It was
you go.
just the ashesofcreation.com.
Thank you. I know, I found that actually rather amusing. I was in somebody else's channel and I was trying to share their own Discord link and it like banned
Yeah.
me for like 5 seconds and I was like, it was your Discord link. I wasn't trying to share anything else. Sorry guys. But no, I completely get it.
Yeah, we'll have to change it. We'll have to get a like a group we can toss people in for like guests, and that way guests can be in that group and just toss out a link when needed.
Yeah. I could always
We'll do
add them to VIP and allow VIPs to do it too.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later.
Off stream stuff, friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sauce, when are you streaming again?
Monday night.
Monday night.
I'll start. Yeah.
So I'll do one more shout out just to make sure it's a recent link. So you can find Sauce here on Monday nights. Who are what? Because we are PDT,
Central time for me.
Central Time. Okay. So
7 p.m. Central.
7 p.m. Central at that link. Go check him out. He's awesome. He's also part of our Nexus Guild, which Nexus Commune was in here earlier. And yeah, so you might hear me in the background if I'm lucky enough to be invited to the squad. There's Nexus Commune, or maybe cursing because he killed me again. Dang you, Sauce. But
Nothing
yeah.
personal. It's just a VR.
Right. But yeah, as for us, we will do our best to be here on I'm gonna say 2 weeks from now, just to be on the safe side. it is up currently. We will be keeping our eyes peeled for just community stuff, and if you want to keep our your eyes on our Twitter account, I have it on screen, but I will also go ahead and link it right there. We will be notifying you guys if we go live this next Friday, because again, while all of the information was sparse, we were going to every other weekend, but as things ramp up and we're starting to have more content from the community, because there's actual content for them to use and play and stuff, then we will be able to have more things to cover and more things to talk about. I actually believe, going the community route, our next guest will be Makinoji.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi there. And speaking of, Makinoji's wonderful background music is what we are using, and it's very calming. It's very tavern-esque. Apparently, according to YouTube, song I am. Oh, sorry, I'm eating. It's okay. You're all good. But yeah, according to YouTube, this is a this is a World of Warcraft Hearthstone song.
Yeah, it's totally weird. Totally weird.
But it's definitely not. It's by Makinoji. So yeah.
But yeah. In short, we'll be here as promised the second and fourth weekends of every month, and depending on what information is released and how smooth things are flowing and what people in the community are doing, we might fill in the blanks and do a couple extra weeks here or there. Once there's definitely enough stuff flowing on a constant basis, we'll go back to doing weekly.
Yeah. So as of right now, officially, we're gonna be back on Friday, October 11th, heading into the spooky season, and we'll have Makinoji with us talking about some ashes, and we'll see you here, 5 p.m. PST. Thank you so much, Sauce, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And great conversations all around. Glad to actually have some content back.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Have yourselves a great day. See you next time.
See you next time.